Have you ever noticed how life's greatest challenges often lead to moments of clarity and transformation? The times when everything seems to fall apart often bring about the most profound realizations. Could it be that these turning points are not random, but divine invitations, carefully placed in your life to awaken your spiritual potential? What if the struggles and transitions you faced are part of a greater plan designed to guide you closer to your purpose? Life's pivotal moments, whether they come as trials, unexpected opportunities, or even triumphs, are often more than they appear. They are crossroads where the ordinary meets the divine, where God's hand gently redirects your path. Throughout history, God has used these turning points to awaken His chosen ones, transforming their lives in ways they could never have imagined. What if your own experiences, both the painful and the joyful, are part of this greater plan? What if they are stepping stones on a journey toward enlightenment, purpose, and a deeper connection with God? In this video, we'll uncover the profound connection between life's turning points and spiritual awakenings. Together, we'll explore why these moments are uniquely positioned to draw us closer to God's purpose, how they play a pivotal role in the journeys of His chosen ones, and the powerful transformations that can occur when we lean into these experiences with faith and openness. By the end of this journey, you'll not only have a deeper understanding of why spiritual awakenings often occur during life's transitions, but you'll also be equipped to embrace these moments as opportunities for personal growth and divine alignment. This isn't just about learning. It's about uncovering the sacred patterns in your own life and discovering how they are guiding you toward the person God has called you to be. If this message resonates with you, don't let it stop here. Take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. This is more than a video. It's a shared exploration, a gathering of hearts seeking to uncover God's truth together. Your insights, your story, and your presence are invaluable as we uncover these mysteries and grow together. So, are you ready to uncover the purpose behind life's turning points? To see the challenges and triumphs you faced through a new divine lens? Let's begin this transformative journey together and discover how God is using your life's most pivotal moments to awaken your spiritual potential. This could be the start of something extraordinary, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. This powerful verse reminds us that nothing in life is wasted in God's plan. Every trial, every triumph, and every moment of uncertainty is woven into a divine tapestry, leading us toward His greater purpose. When we look at the lives of biblical figures, we see how God used life's turning points to awaken their potential and align them with His will. Consider Moses, who spent years living a quiet life as a shepherd, far removed from the chaos of Egypt. But in a single pivotal moment, a burning bush in the wilderness, everything changed. Exodus chapter 3, 1-12. God called Moses out of obscurity and into a mission that would redefine not just his life, but the destiny of an entire nation. It was at this turning point that Moses discovered his true purpose: to lead the Israelites out of slavery and into freedom. His story shows us that even in times of waiting or wandering, God is preparing us for something greater. Now think of Paul, whose life took a dramatic turn on the road to Damascus. Acts 1:19. Once a zealous persecutor of Christians, Paul was struck blind and encountered the risen Christ. This moment of brokenness and surrender became the catalyst for his transformation into one of the most influential apostles in history. Paul's turning point not only awakened his faith, but also empowered him to guide countless others toward God. His journey reminds us that even the most unexpected detours can become the path to spiritual awakening. Then there's Hannah, whose deep sorrow over her inability to have children drove her to fervent prayer. 1 Samuel 1:9-20. In her moment of vulnerability, she poured out her heart to God, promising to dedicate her child to his service if he would bless her with a son. God answered her prayer, and Hannah gave birth to Samuel, who became a prophet and leader for Israel. Hannah's story shows us that even in our darkest moments, when we feel empty or lost, God can birth something beautiful and significant. These stories aren't just tales of the past. They hold truths that resonate with our lives today. What if, like Moses, God is calling you out of a season of waiting to step into a role of leadership or purpose? What if, like Paul, he's using a moment of disruption to transform your path and awaken your faith? What if, like Hannah, your struggles are drawing you closer to him, preparing you to bring forth something extraordinary? Take a moment to reflect on your own life. Think about the turning points you've experienced, the moments of uncertainty, loss, or unexpected change. Could these be more than random events? Could they be part of God's plan to awaken something greater within you? Just as he worked through Moses, Paul, and Hannah, he is working through your life's turning points, shaping you into the person he has called you to be. Your challenges, no matter how difficult, are not the end of the story. They are the beginning of something new, a spiritual awakening that brings clarity, purpose, and transformation. Are you ready to see your life through this divine lens? What if your greatest challenges are the very keys to unlocking your God-given potential? The answers may be closer than you think. Life's turning points often arrive uninvited, shattering the comfort of routine and leaving us standing at the crossroads of uncertainty. Yet, it is in these moments that the seeds of spiritual awakening are planted. What if these seemingly disruptive events are not interruptions, but divine invitations to draw closer to God and discover His purpose for your life? Key characteristics define these turning points, making them ripe for spiritual transformation. First, they often come during periods of loss, uncertainty, or major change. Whether it's the loss of a loved one, a career shift, or a health crisis, these experiences strip away the illusions of control, forcing us to confront the fragility of life. It is in this vulnerability that we become more open to seeking God's guidance. Next, turning points bring a feeling of being stripped down to the essentials. The things we once relied on, whether material possessions, status, or even relationships, may no longer feel as secure or fulfilling. This stripping away is not to diminish us, but to create space for something deeper: spiritual clarity. It is in these moments of emptiness that we can finally hear God's voice more clearly, calling us to trust Him fully. Finally, there is often an unexplainable pull towards seeking meaning or purpose. When life feels uncertain, our souls naturally yearn for answers, for direction, for something that transcends the temporary struggles we face. This pull is not coincidental. It's God drawing us closer, inviting us to discover the divine potential He has placed within us. Consider the story of Job, a man who faced unimaginable loss and suffering. Stripped of his wealth, his family, and his health. Job could have easily turned away from God in despair. Instead, he wrestled with his pain and questioned God's plan, only to emerge with a deeper understanding of God's sovereignty and love. Job 42, 1-6. Through his turning point, Job's faith was not only restored but transformed. He saw God with new eyes, recognizing that even in suffering, God's purposes are good and eternal. Now, take a moment to reflect on your own life. Have you experienced moments where everything seemed to fall apart? Where the foundations of your world were shaken? Perhaps it was a period of grief, a season of waiting, or an unexpected challenge that left you questioning everything. In hindsight, could those moments have been leading you closer to God's plan for you? Could they have been the very catalysts for your spiritual growth and awakening? These turning points, as painful or disorienting as they may seem, are often the places where God's work begins. They are invitations to lay down what no longer serves us and step into a deeper relationship with Him. They remind us that even in our weakest, most vulnerable moments, God is present, guiding us toward clarity, purpose, and transformation. Your turning points are not random. They are sacred opportunities to awaken to the divine potential within you. The question is, will you lean into these moments with faith and trust, allowing God to reveal His purpose through them? Or will you let fear and doubt hold you back from the spiritual clarity He wants to offer? The choice is yours, but the invitation is clear. Let God use these turning points to lead you into the fullness of His plan for your life. Life's turning points are often where God's transformative work begins. These moments are not random or meaningless. They are carefully woven into the fabric of your life to shape, refine, and prepare you for a divine purpose. What if the very struggles you're facing right now are not obstacles but opportunities, designed by God to awaken something extraordinary within you? One way God uses turning points is by refining faith through trials. Consider Joseph, who endured betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment before rising to a position of power and influence in Egypt. In Genesis 50:20, Joseph reflects on his journey, saying to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Each trial Joseph faced was part of God's plan to develop his character, deepen his faith, and prepare him for the mission of saving his people. His story reminds us that trials are not the end. They are part of the process of becoming who God created us to be. Turning points also serve to draw God's chosen ones closer to Him. In times of uncertainty or pain, we often turn to God with greater intensity, seeking His guidance and comfort. These moments of surrender are sacred, as they strip away distractions and allow us to experience God's presence more fully. Through prayer, reflection, and trust, we come to know Him not just as a distant deity, but as a personal, loving Father who is actively working in our lives. Finally, these pivotal moments prepare us for missions or roles we could never have envisioned on our own. God's plan for our lives often exceeds what we think we are capable of achieving. Just look at the life of Moses. When God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses doubted his abilities, saying, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?" Exodus 3:11. Yet God assured him, "I will be with you." Through his turning point at the burning bush, Moses discovered his purpose and stepped into a role that changed the course of history. Now think about the struggles or uncertainties you might be facing right now. What if these challenges are not meant to break you, but to refine and prepare you for something extraordinary? Could this be your moment of spiritual awakening? A moment where God is drawing you closer, teaching you to trust Him, and equipping you for a mission that only you can fulfill. These turning points are sacred opportunities to grow in faith, courage, and purpose. There are moments where God whispers, "I am with you. Trust me. I have a plan." The question is not whether God is working in your life, but whether you will open your heart to see His hand and trust His timing. Let this be a moment of reflection. Could the struggles you're facing right now be a part of God's greater plan for your life? Are you willing to let these experiences draw you closer to Him, refine your faith, and prepare you for the extraordinary purpose He has for you? Embracing a spiritual turning point begins with intentionality. God's work in your life is not finished. It's just beginning. Will you embrace it? These moments are not merely events to endure. They are opportunities for growth, transformation, and a closer connection with God. What if this season of change is not a disruption, but a divine invitation to align your life with His greater purpose? Here are some practical steps to help you lean into what God may be doing in your life right now. First, reflect deeply on what God might be teaching you in this season of change. Take time to examine the circumstances you're facing. Ask yourself questions like, what lessons can I learn from this experience? How is God shaping my character through this challenge? What new opportunities might He be opening for me? Reflection allows you to see beyond the surface of your struggles and recognize the hand of God at work in your life. Journaling can be a powerful tool for this, helping you process your thoughts and uncover patterns of growth. Next, spend intentional time in prayer and scripture. Prayer is your lifeline to God, a way to pour out your heart, seek His guidance, and listen for His voice. Pair this with reading scripture, focusing on passages that speak to trust, endurance, and God's faithfulness. Verses like Isaiah 41:10, "Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God." Remind us that we are never alone in our turning points. Through prayer and scripture, you invite God to illuminate your path and reveal the purpose behind your current season. Additionally, surround yourself with mentors or spiritual communities who can support you during this time. God often speaks through the wisdom and encouragement of others. Seek out people who are grounded in faith, who can offer perspective and pray with you. Whether it's a trusted friend, a church group, or a spiritual mentor, having a community to lean on can provide strength and clarity as you navigate your turning point. As you take these steps, remember that embracing a spiritual turning point is not about rushing through it or seeking quick answers. It's about surrendering to God's timing, trusting that He is working for your good, and allowing Him to lead you into a deeper understanding of His will. Stay with us, because what we'll share next could reveal how embracing these moments can transform not just your life, but the lives of those you're called to impact. The journey doesn't end here. It's just beginning. Together, let's explore how stepping into these turning points with faith and trust can unlock a ripple effect of transformation, purpose, and divine impact. Embracing and sharing your spiritual journey is a profound act of faith and courage. It's more than just reflecting on your life. It's about transforming your story into a source of inspiration for others. Your turning points are not random events. They are divine milestones, carefully placed by God to refine, shape, and reveal His greater purpose for your life. By leaning into these moments, you allow God to work through you in ways that can uplift and guide those around you. The first step is to begin journaling about the turning points in your life. Think about the moments that have defined you, the struggles that tested your resilience, the challenges that forced you to grow, and the times when God's hand became unmistakably clear. Write about what you felt, what you learned, and how your faith evolved in those seasons. Journaling isn't just about documenting. It's about uncovering patterns of growth, seeing how God has guided you, and recognizing the lessons He's been teaching you all along. As you write, you may find that even the most difficult moments held seeds of transformation, seeds that have brought you closer to your true purpose. Next, make prayer a daily habit, seeking clarity and courage. Prayer is not just an act of asking. It's a conversation with the Creator who knows your heart, your struggles, and your future. In prayer, ask God to reveal what He's teaching you in this season. Invite Him to show you how your experiences can serve a greater purpose. And pray for courage, the courage to face change, embrace uncertainty, and step into the unknown with faith that God is leading you. When you pray with intention, you open yourself to receiving His guidance and assurance, even in moments of doubt or fear. Prayer is where transformation begins. It's where the storms of life start to quiet, and His voice becomes clear. Sharing your journey is where the magic happens. Your story has power. It has the ability to heal, to connect, and to inspire. Don't underestimate the impact of your experiences. Someone in your life, someone you may not even know, is longing for the hope and encouragement that your story can provide. Whether it's through a heartfelt conversation with a friend, sharing your testimony at church, or writing a post on social media, your authenticity and vulnerability can become a light in someone else's darkness. You don't need to have all the answers or a perfectly wrapped up story. What matters is your willingness to share how God has been present in your life, guiding you through your turning points. Your story is not just yours. It's part of a larger tapestry that God is weaving, connecting us all in ways we can't always see. If today's message has inspired you, take a step further. Share it with someone who might be going through their own season of change. Invite them to reflect on their journey, pray for clarity, and to trust in God's plan. Together, you can walk this path of discovery and faith, encouraging one another along the way. Your turning points are not the end. They are the beginning of something extraordinary. By embracing and sharing your journey, you allow your experiences to become a source of hope and transformation, not just for you, but for others. You step into a role that reflects God's love and purpose, becoming a guide, a beacon, and a testament to His power to renew and restore. So take the first step, reflect, pray, and share. Let your story be a gift to the world, a light in the darkness, and a reminder of God's unfailing presence in every season of life. Together, we can inspire each other to step boldly into the future God has prepared. Thank you for sharing this time with us and for opening your heart to these truths. Your willingness to reflect, engage, and explore these ideas is what makes this journey so meaningful. It's not just about watching a video or listening to words. It's about the connection we've built here. A shared exploration of faith and purpose. Your presence here matters more than words can express. because together we are creating something truly special. This is more than just a video. It's a gathering place for seekers, believers, and guides to come together in unity. Your story, your insights, and your faith add to the rich tapestry of this community. When you share your experiences or your thoughts, you inspire others to reflect on their own journeys, to grow deeper in their faith, and to find encouragement in knowing they are not alone. This space is strengthened by every voice, and it thrives because of the courage and openness you bring to it. You are a vital part of this community. Each step you take in your journey, no matter how small, is a light that shines brightly for others to see. Together, we are building a place where faith is strengthened, purpose is discovered, and lives are transformed. Thank you for being part of this, for choosing to show up, and for allowing this message to resonate in your heart. As we continue this journey together, know that you are not alone. Your presence here is a gift, and your voice is invaluable. Let's keep growing, learning, and seeking God's truth together, creating a space where love, faith, and purpose flourish. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being you. Today, we've journeyed together through the profound truth of how God uses life's turning points to awaken spiritual growth. We've explored how these pivotal moments refine our faith, deepen our relationship with God, and prepare us for roles and missions we could never have imagined. These seasons of change, though often uncomfortable or challenging, are not barriers. They are bridges, leading us closer to God's purpose for our lives. As we close this time together, let us find strength and comfort in the powerful words of 2 Corinthians 4:17. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. This scripture reminds us that no matter how heavy our burdens may feel, they are temporary. Each challenge, each trial, and each turning point contributes to something far greater than we can see. A glory and purpose that transcend our present circumstances. Reflect for a moment on the turning points in your life. Perhaps you faced loss, uncertainty, or a major change that left you questioning everything. It's in these moments that God's work begins. Like a master craftsman, He uses every experience to shape you, refine you, and bring forth the incredible potential He has placed within you. Your challenges are not random. They are part of His divine plan to awaken your spirit and align you with His will. When life feels overwhelming, trust in this truth. Your struggles are not the end. They are the beginning of something greater. These moments of change are not meant to defeat you, but to transform you. They are opportunities for God to draw you closer, to show you His love, and to lead you into a deeper understanding of His purpose for your life. Even when you cannot see the full picture, know that He is working behind the scenes, weaving together every thread of your story into something beautiful. You are not here by accident. God has brought you to this moment for a reason. He is calling you to lean into His guidance, to trust His timing, and to step boldly into the role He has prepared for you. Let these turning points awaken the gifts and potential He has placed within you. A potential that is not just for your benefit, but to touch and transform the lives of others. As we part ways, carry this with you. God's plans for you are far greater than you can imagine. Trust Him. Lean into His love. Embrace life's turning points as divine invitations to grow, awaken, and step into your calling. Thank you for sharing this time with us. And may this message inspire you to walk forward with faith, courage, and hope. Your journey matters, and it is only just beginning.